Hey, nerdy sports fan, week 7 NFL action. Sorry these videos are getting out so late. I spent most of the day moving thousands of pounds of concrete. Fun, right? Yeah. Anyways, we're talking Ravens versus Seahawks. One of the best matchups of the week. These teams are both fantastic. So the Ravens are 4-2. Seahawks are 5-1. Both teams are likely to, if not win their division, challenge for it. The Ravens should win their division. But Seattle's got a hurdle, an unexpected one, in the 49ers. We'll see how that works out. This game is going to be big for both teams because they're looking to try and win their divisions. Seattle is favored by most of the country. I lean that way too. I think Seattle, especially at home, is just... they've got more of the it factor. Okay? Intangible factor for people who don't know the term. Pete Carroll is a fantastic leader of men. So is Russell Wilson. Between those two, and really I'd throw Bobby Wagner on the defensive side into that group. Between those three guys, they've got leadership in spades that most teams don't have. And they're more talented this season than they have been the past few. And they're showing it. I mean, last year, Russell Wilson was just throwing this team on his back and saying, all right, boys, I'm going to get you there. Now he's got a team around him. So you're seeing what that does. They're 5-1. They're a damn good team. They are dangerous come playoff time. And because they're at home and they've got that leadership edge, the experience edge, I just think they're too much for the Ravens right now. So I'm sorry, Earl Thomas. You're not going to get the win that you wanted when you come back to Seattle. Sorry. Thomas is going to be playing on fire because he's going up against his old team that he flipped off from the injury cart because he was in contract disputes. The guy just wanted a long-term deal, and he ended up getting hurt. So yeah, he flipped off the head coach and signed with another team. I would too. But yeah, he's going to be playing lights out. He's going to be highly motivated. And that's going to hurt some things that Seattle likes to do. Their running game is too dynamic for that to really factor in to whether or not you're going to start Chris Carson. You're always going to start Chris Carson, okay? This running game is too good, and he's utilized all over the place. He's the primary runner. He's a good receiving threat out of the backfield, especially in PPR leagues. Chris Carson needs to be started every single week as either a running back 1 or 2. On the opposite side, though, Mr. Ingram is also a running back 1 or 2 every single week. It doesn't matter what defense that guy's going against. They're going to get red zone opportunities because they do have a dynamic offense. And Ingram is the primary ball carrier, and especially in the red zone, he's the only person you want to bother using. So both running backs, primary running backs for either team, need to be started. Lamar Jackson and Russell Wilson both are fantastic fantasy quarterbacks because not only do they throw the ball well and throw a lot of touchdowns, they run the ball well and run for periodic touchdowns. So that is fantasy gold. Both of those guys need to be started, regardless of defense. Okay? There are few exceptions. Most notably, what I've said in previous videos, matchup-oriented things like Josh Allen and Jimmy Garoppolo this week because of how bad the defenses they're going against. Those cases, you bench people like Russell Wilson and Lamar Jackson. Most cases, though, no. So you really need to watch every video I have here to get a full view of what you should be doing with your fantasy team. That's kind of the gimmick. But yeah. Receiver-wise, it's Tyler Lockett on one side as the only really consistent target. We have seen other receiving options score points well for Seattle, but nobody consistently. Tyler Lockett is it. On the opposite side, Andrews, the tight end, is the primary target for Lamar Jackson. He's a young quarterback. That always happens. When you have a talented tight end, he's always close to the line of scrimmage, and he's the safety release valve. So Andrews is the primary target and will be again this week. But he's going to have a down week because Bobby Wagner's damn good and one of the best linebackers at covering up tight ends. So I don't think Andrews has as good of a week as he's had previously this season. But yeah, Hollywood Brown, he's going to get his. Yeah, he'll get his. As far as the injury report goes, I hate the word questionable. I really do. Most of these guys who are on the injury report for either team are going to play, so there's not really injuries worth talking about. As far as the spread goes, Seattle's 3.5-point favorites. I think that line is very close to accurate. I don't touch this game with my money because the line is too good. They are very good teams. I just think Seattle has enough in the way of experience and leadership to find a way to win, which means they're probably winning by only a handful of points. So a 3.5-point spread for me seems far too good for me to want to bet this game. So yeah, leave this one alone. There's other games very much more worthy of putting your money on. Hit up the rest of my videos for more fantasy advice, and check out Nerdy Sports Fan Weekly for my take on the more recent NFL news.